All right, in this lesson, we're going to go over 3 organizations that you should know and understand when it comes to standard setting for auditors and auditing. Okay, now some of these standard setters are the same thing as GAAP, but we're going to look at them in a little bit different light because we are specifically talking about auditors. So let's take a look at the first one. The first one is the Securities Exchange Commission. The Securities Exchange Commission it oversees public companies, okay? Public companies, any company that issues public debt or public shares of stock, either on an exchange or could be privately depending on their size, okay? So Securities Exchange Commission is a government entity and they kind of make sure the financial markets are working well. Now, with them, they oversee the formation of U.S. GAAP and auditing standards. Now, specifically, this is U.S. GAAP and auditing standards for public companies. Now, as we've probably learned before in a different course, the Securities Exchange Commission delegates the overseeing and the formation of U.S. GAAP to the FASB, Financial Accounting Standards Board. So really it's kind of a partnership of the SEC can prepare GAAP, but they delegate that task over to the FASB, and FASB does that for them. Okay, FASB, again, a nonprofit organization that's charged with making sure GAAP is relevant and issuing those to users of them. So with the Securities Exchange Commission, they oversee that and they come up with the auditing standards. Now, because of the establishment of Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002, that developed a new organization, and that is the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, or PCAOB. Now, I don't want to go in length of Sarbanes-Oxley and what it does because there will be another lesson or section on that. But basically, it try to strengthen the financial markets and regulate auditors and a lot of other things, but regulate auditors through this arm called the PCAOB, the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board. They became the standard setters for public company audits. Notice I keep saying public because these are not necessarily private. They don't rule over the private markets or private entities, only public companies. So they are the standard setters for public company audits. Their job is to inspect, review, investigate, enforce the standards of public company audits. So again, only public companies. So then you might have said, okay, before 2002, what happened? Well, prior to the PCAOB, this was a self-regulated industry. By self-regulated, it was regulated by the accountants themselves. And that was done by the AICPA, American Institute of Certified Professional Accountants. They're the ones that oversaw everything. And then what happened was because people lost integrity into the system, the government believed that they should have stepped in, so they stepped in, created the PCAOB, and now they regulate public audits rather than the AICPA. Okay. Now, with those two, what about our private companies? Well, we still have the American Institute of Certified Professional Accountants. This is the largest private professional association in the world. They are the standard setters for private company audits through their accounting standards boards that come up with the accounting standards, auditing standards. Now, do these two work together? Absolutely, they work together. And so it wouldn't be a shocker if some of the same things you see here is also implemented by the auditing standards board. They issue auditing standards for audits of non-public companies. So there is still a little bit of self-regulation on the private side, but again, the private side doesn't have a lot of exposure to the public as much as a public company does. So that's why there's a distinction there. It also helps them focus on one thing instead of everything. So in this lesson, we talked about important organizations in auditing that you should know, mainly specifically the Securities Exchange Commission, the Public Company Accounting Oversight Board, PCAOB, and then the AICPA. So those are the 3 organizations that you should know and understand, and those are the 3 that we're going to reference throughout auditing. So that's this lesson on understanding the auditing players. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you like what you saw, make sure you press the thumbs up button that's right below here. If you have any questions, make sure that you leave a comment or that question in the comment box below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you press the subscribe button. It's just below me. Hey, if you want more videos like this, make sure you go to www.patrickleemsa.com to see more videos like this, or if you just want to learn more about accounting. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.